Hello, good morning to one and all. Today, my video is about the spiritual meaning of right and left ear ringing, or buzzing, or popping, or humming, or echoing sound. Before going to start more about the spiritual meaning of left and earring ringing in different ways, I want to clarify that if you are suffering any form of medical issues or health issues, please consult the doctor and try to confirm whether you have the tinnitus problem or not. If you are not going through any form of medical or health issues, then this video is for you. And if you are going through any form of spiritual awakening, Kundalini awakening, or twin flame connection, please stay tuned to know more details about what are the different meanings of left ear or right ear when the sound like buzzing, popping, humming you have been listening or you have been hearing from constantly from quite long time. First of all, it is a sign of a spiritual awakening. I pretty remember when I was going through the spiritual journey from 2017 October onwards, my life was in different direction. That was the time when I was unable to understand why lots of medical issues are happening with me. That was the time when I was little crying to understand those things. I went to the health center, I consulted many doctors, and there was nothing. Every reports were like, do you know, perfect, fit and fine, because I'm very health conscious person. I do yoga meditation from my young age, so I'm a vegetarian, so there is no such kind of issues I personally felt. But in the physical form, I have been facing lot of health issues. All my seven chakras were blocked. So that was the time I had no idea about the chakras. I had no idea about the spiritual journey, but later on when I realized, then I understand, okay, so the whole story, if you want to know, then just go through my previous videos. What are the signs, symptoms of spiritual awakening or Kundalini journey or twin flame connection? Then you can understand both physical or mental or spiritual sign and symptoms. But when we're talking about buzzing sound in a very high pitch frequency, what does it mean? Why do you think that uh, what kind of sign and symptom is happening? A lot of people, they have a mention in my email that is there any evil spirit? Why I'm listening such kind of sound in a low pitch or high pitch? What does it mean? So all these things I'm going to share. What are the spiritual meaning separately for uh, left ear and also for the right ear. But we were going to discuss the difference between these two sounds in a distinction way. I would like to give a gist so that you can understand the whole picture. What does it mean when any form of sound you are going through in your spiritual journey or Kundalini or twin flame journey? First of all, it is a good sign, whether it's left ear or right ear. It's a sign that angels are trying to communicate with you. uh, it's a sound which is trying to give a hint, giving a indication that something is going to happen. But it's depend upon whether that sound is in a very high pitch or low pitch. According to the pitch, then you can understand what does it mean. But in the overall picture, I would like to clarify that if you are going through this kind of a journey, then it's a good sign. Now I'm going to make a difference uh, between left ear and right ear when you're talking about this kind of sounds. Let me start from the right ear. What is the spiritual meaning of ringing in your right ear? uh, The first point is it is a good result that is coming in your way. So maybe you are hoping for positive news or a very specific outcome to a situation, or hoping for a good result. So it's a kind of positive resolution is on the horizon. Something is coming on the way. So you have to be trust that process, because sometimes God or the universe or the spirit they are trying to take a test. So be strong, have a faith, and wait for that time. When the time will come, you will see the consequences. It is a sign of a good result which is coming in your way. Second sign is that someone is speaking of you. When we're talking about the right ear sound, someone is speaking about you. That means a person in your life could be talking about your goodness, about your qualities, about your presence, how your presence make them beautiful, fresh, and give positive energy in their life. Or it can be kind of gossip. If someone is gossiping about you, or that can be both positive and negative, but the main or the core idea is that someone is gossiping about you, so that you are getting an indication through the ringing of your ear that somebody is there who is gossiping you. So before you will get a call or message or notification from them, you are getting a advance notification from the spirit world that somebody is speaking about you. So it's a better to make a space for yourself, listen to your heart, and act or go accordingly, because sometimes we don't know their intention, no matter how intuitive person you are. So just go with the flow, because universe or the spirit is always giving a advance notification. So just have a path, and be patient and act accordingly. Don't be so hurry. Third point, when the ringing in the right ear, what does it mean? That it is talking about that it is a reminder, like a alarm. It is a reminder of our interconnectedness. So here interconnectedness means you are connected to the universe, you are connected to the God or any form of divinity to whomever you are believing, or you are interconnected with your twin partner. You are interconnected with the nature, you are interconnected with the other people. So here the universe is trying to tell you that you are not alone in your soul journey or in your soul mission. Everybody is there. It is you who can see this light in different direction. It can be a light, it can be a object, it can be a video, it can be a email, newspaper, it can be anything. No matter what, we have to be realized to ourselves that we are not alone in this spiritual journey. Though there will be a time when we are going through in the dark night of the soul, we feel extremely alone, as if the whole world is totally different from us. We feel that our mindset is not matching at all with anybody. That was the time so that we can understand the transition of metamorphosis. We have to be very strong so that we can free from that kind of transition. So this transition is only feasible when you understand that cocoon. When we understand that cocoon, and then we can realize this transition, though it is difficult but it's so beautiful, like a butterfly. So this transition we have to be very strong, so that we have to be understand why this cocoon is so difficult, because butterfly is looking so beautiful because that butterfly has already gone through so many experiences of their life in different direction to understand that transition. So respect that transition and understand that we all are interconnected to each other. Fourth point is that ringing your in your right side is talking that you are going to get a message from the God, or maybe particularly we are talking about ancestor. So somebody like some ancestor who are in the heaven, they are trying to give the blessing, positive blessing. So right here always talking about the positivity. If the sound, ringing sound is coming from the right ear, it is a message that God is trying to connect or try to communicate with you, or or any form of ancestor, whoever is already in the heaven, they are giving the blessing, because you are going to break the karmic pattern of your whole genetic or DNA pattern. You are going to change the whole world. So they are sending all the positivity, all the energy, so that you can expand your consciousness very quickly. At the same time, you will understand the whole process. Fifth, it is a good sign which is associated with the confirmation. Sometimes what happen, you are busy in your own world, you are doing your own activity, suddenly you have been experiencing that there is a popping sound. One ear is giving a popping sound, so that suddenly you will give a awareness that something is going to happen. So that kind of sound is talking about that maybe you have asked something and you are a little confused, you don't know what to do or not to do. So that sound is giving a confirmation that you are right, you are in the right direction, just trust and go ahead. Sixth sign is that when your right ear ringing, it it is talking that you are perfectly doing your job, you are in the process of learning. So you, that's why you are getting such kind of auditory channel. That means it is a time where you can learn a new spiritual power, right? So for that you have to listen the audiobook instead of reading the books. So it is another way that how we can develop your listening power. Because when this kind of sound we hear in our spiritual time, what happened, we are unable to understand it, because in our previous time we had no idea how to listen, how to focus all these things in a proper way. So this is the time where universe is telling you just focus and practice how to listen properly instead of reading, writing, speaking. So now this is the best time for you to focus on the listening part, because listening is one of the best quality where you can listen your heartbeat, you can listen your inner awareness, what your soul is trying to tell you, how your body is reacting. So try to understand this power, so try to enhance that listening capacity. Seventh, this sound is giving a inspiration or ideas flow through you. This is the sound where you can get the ideas, that these ideas can come to you when you are feeling joyful, relaxed, uh, taking a shower, driving your car, when you are doing brushing your teeth. So during this vibration is if it is so high, because you are very happy and relaxed. So that's why this is the effect, or it is talking about a moment for spirit to give your solution for your problems or ideas to improve your life. So this sound also saying that you are now aligned with the universe, you are aligned with your mind, body and soul. And whatever you are doing in your current situation, current life, just leave that momentum. Whether it is a small thing or big thing, it doesn't matter. Matter is that whatever you are doing, just respect that act, respect that activities, and align with that work, align with your body, mind, soul in a pure intention way. So that is kind of inspiration that can help you to get a new idea through that flow. Eighth sign is that you comfort and guide others with great advice. Now you are understand what is the spirituality, now you are much more mature, your consciousness is expanded in such a way. Now you are eligible to give the guidance to others, you can help to others, so that those people who are suffering in their life, you are a medium to solve their problem in different ways. So God can help you in that context. So if you give great advice to others by giving thoughtful suggestion, this might be you are a And clairvoyant, that this advice can possibly from higher spirit through you. So you are getting this kind of downloads because you are now a medium for the greater well-being. So now spirit is using you as a medium. Ninth point is that you tend to talk to yourself when this sound is coming in your right ear. Now the universe is telling you this is the best time. Now go in a hermit mode. Please maintain a silence and listen your own body, mind and soul. Talk to yourself. Self talk is the best medium where you can understand how your life is going on, where is the problem, why this thing is happening. Talk to yourself. This conversation with yourself is the best time. Now universe is telling you have done so many things. Now it's time for you to focus on yourself only in a selfless way. 10th point is that when this kind of sound, when you are listening, that it is giving a indication that something is going to happen in your life. For an example, right now you are in a park, you are doing walking, jogging, whatever be, and you suddenly listening a sound, or maybe your ringing, your right ear is ringing, because it gives an indication that something is going to happen. So the guide or the spirit or universe is trying to protect you. Please focus on your around surrounding, what is happening, and look accordingly, look the things and act accordingly, so it can help you. So this is kind of a protection. And 11 point is that you are very sensitive to music. For an example, when you are listening any form of instrumental music, mantra chanting, or any form of music, you feel very different, which is not the same when you are listening any rock sound, or maybe in a different music. Why one particular music is so sensitive to our body? So it means that you are now in the process of developing your spiritual or psychic power. How sensitive you are towards music or any form of sound. So you are now connecting to your soul. So through this music or through this sound, you are ability, like you have that kind of ability to see and perceive the energy. Do you know, when you are listening very noisy or any form of loud music, you feel very uncomfortable and irritated to yourself, because now your body is not interested to listen more and more such kind of music. So you are very calm and cool, and you are looking for a smoothing music. So now it's just time to focus on your body. What kind of music your body is trying to indicate. That sometimes when we listen the mantra music, we feel extremely that our body is behaving as if we are connected with that divinity. Such kind of goosebumps you feel. So this is the best time that uh, universe is trying to tell you focus on yourself. So during this time, what I can suggest you, do all your spiritual practices, what you have been doing, and focus on your present momentum, and trust that process. Because this sound, I can say, when I was in my spiritual process, ringing sound was pretty common for me, both in left and right ear. But when you are in the higher realm, what happened, you will feel only the sound which is coming from your right ear. Right ear is telling also that your third eye is also going to open. I'm going to make a video on sign and symptoms when your third eye is activated or open. There is a difference between the Kundalini activation and Kundalini fully awakened, because when our chakras are activated, though we can feel this kind of sign and symptoms of ringing both the ears. But when your third eye open, particularly your right ear, you can feel a different experience, because it is extremely high in pitch. When you are in high in pitch, it means that you are you are extremely close towards the divinity or the universe, and that high pitch you can hear very clearly, and it is non-stop 24 by 7, which I have been still experiencing, though my third eye is already open. And that om sound you can hear, because that is another indication which I'm going to share also in my upcoming videos, that why this high pitch sound we can hear only in the right side, not in the left side. Now I'm going to make a difference, particularly on left ear. What is the spiritual meaning of ringing in your left ear? So ringing in particularly in the left ear is talking about that it is a alertness, it's a sign of alertness, and you need to pay attention. It gives a direct indication that now you have to be very alert, something good or bad is going to happen, and universe is giving a alarm to you. Please stay alert, stay focused, so that you will be prepared accordingly if something is going to happen, good or bad. So it is a sign of alertness. Second point is that when you left your ringing either in buzzing or popping or humming, so it is saying that your left ear is associated with the life outcomes, both in good or bad way. It is an outlet of your manifestation. So stay strong, stay positive, because now is the time when you will see the outcome what you have already asked for the universe to manifest. So during that time, like if you're listening there is a sound in your left ear, please trust yourself, and it is talking about whether it's a good outcome or bad outcome does not matter, because whatever is going to happen, it is always going to happen for a good reason. Though we feel that time it is bad for us, we can tolerate this kind of bitter consequences, but still trust yourself and accept that outcome, embrace that outcome, so that universe will give you more and more good outcomes maybe in the next time. So without any judgment, just accept that outcome whatever the universe is giving you, because you have already manifested it. So now the outcome is in the process. Third point is that a situation may not go your way. Sometimes we prayed for something and outcome comes a very bad way, which we never ever expected. So sometimes unexpected things happen in our life, which is very toughful for us to overcome those kind of situation. No matter what, it's an indication that a situation you are facing is not likely to work out in your favor. So in that context, think and reflect on your plan and change accordingly. Why something is happening? So that is the time where universe is telling to you, no matter what now you are going through in a very bad situation, this is the time you have to think, reflect, introspect on your plan, and if possible change according to the situation. This is the time when you can be very flexible, you can modify your mindset, you can modify your thought process, you can modify your plan. So think and reflect and introspect and act accordingly. Fourth point is a warning sign. As I have said, that left ear ringing is always talking about alertness. It's a warning sign that for an example, suddenly you are getting an opportunity to work in a big company, in a very reputable company, or you are going for an interview, suddenly somebody says something, so you have to be very alert. Why these things are happening? Try to connect to the situation. What's the reason behind it? Because everything whatever happened in our life, it has a reason. Without any reason, nothing can happen in our life. So it is a warning sign. Fifth point is that re-examine your life. When you are listening, or when you are feeling there is a ringing sound, popping sound, humming sound, echoing sound in your left ear, it is saying that re-examine your life, change your pattern, change your routine, change your lifestyle. It is saying that it is an invitation that go within, get honest to yourself, ask and talk to yourself, Is my life going the way I want to do or not? Ask this kind of a question mark so that you will give a clarity to yourself. Perhaps these are not falling into the flesh as you had hoped. So it is a sign, kind of a wake up call from the universe that you should re examine and adjust your work plan accordingly. This is the time you have to reflect. This is the time you have to retrospect. This is the time forget past, present, future. Just live in the moment. Why I'm saying forget the past, present. Whenever we're talking about the present, we just mix up a lot of things from our past and the future. So live in that moment, live in that single moment, and ask to yourself. And if you are getting the answer from your soul, that means it's a wake up call. And have a dareness within you and break all these patterns and act accordingly and change the world according to yourself, your comfortness. Don't care about others, what they are thinking about you. It is most important that what you are thinking about yourself. And the sixth point is that left ear ringing is associated with the messages about your life on earth. It is saying that you have to be very grounded. This is the time you have to be focused on your root chakra. Maybe in my chakra series I'll start about what are the signs symptoms when we are activated our chakras and open our chakras, so that can helpful a lot to understand, because on YouTube you will find out that people they have been talking about different signs and symptoms, though they are not experience it in their real life. So when we are talking about the Kundalini awakening, what happened in the Kundalini awakening, your chakra should be open. It's not only activated, it should be open, so that it will go through from the root chakra to Sahasrara chakra, that what we call the crown chakra, and then it goes from upward to downward and from downward to upward. So that is the beautiful movement which we feel in during the Kundalini awakening. So I'm going to share all this information, that how and in which way we can handle the chakras side effect during the Kundalini awakening. But these are like overall picture what I'm trying to tell you, that when you are going through any form of spiritual journey, Kundalini awakening or twin flame connection, if you are facing ringing sound, popping sound, humming sound, echoing sound in your right or left ear, then this video can helpful a lot. So the overall picture what they are trying to tell you is that this is the message from the angel, from the universe, from the God, that that you are in a safe position. You are doing your work. Just we are giving a alertness, warningness. We are giving a extra power, spiritual power or psyche power, so that you can help to others in a greater well-being or greater welfare. I hope today's message can helpful a lot to all of you who are going through this spiritual journey. If you are not going through any form of spiritual journey, or if you have any medical issue, then consult to your doctor. Otherwise this message is only for you. I hope you are doing well in your life. Stay blessed. Bye bye, take care of yourself.